Welcome to another startup and complete car documentation. What we have here is a 2021 Hyundai Kona Electric Limited. This Kona Electric is painted in ultra black. You have smart key access on the front two doors. And on the key fob, you have the buttons for lock, unlock, tailgate release, and panic. The front door panels have storage areas with bottle holders. And you get power windows, locks, and mirrors. The Limited trim adds leather seat upholstery, and this one has the black interior color scheme. You do get a fully powered driver's seat on this trim level. And now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and power it on. It, of course, does have push-button start. In recent years, the subcompact crossover class has exploded in popularity. For 2018, Hyundai introduced a new contender of theirs in this segment known as the Kona. As of the 2024 model year, the Kona is just entering a second generation. This 2021 model we have here represents the first generation of the Kona, codenamed OS, which was produced for model years 2018 through 2023. The Kona launched for 2018 as a gas-powered internal combustion engine vehicle, but for 2019, a new 100% electric version made its US debut. Said EV version of the Kona is branded by Hyundai as the Kona Electric. For 2022, Hyundai unveiled a high-performance version of the Kona known as the Kona N, which packs 276 horsepower courtesy of a 2-liter turbo inline-4 engine. The US market 2021 model year Hyundai Kona was offered in the following trim levels: SE, SEL, SEL Plus, Night Edition, Limited, and Ultimate for gas-powered models, and just SEL, Limited, and Ultimate for the Kona Electric. Gas-powered Konas were offered with two different engines, which were a 2-liter naturally aspirated inline-4 with 147 horsepower, or a 1.6-liter turbo 4 with 175 horses. As for the Kona Electric, in place of an internal combustion engine is a permanent magnet electric motor with a 64 kilowatt-hour battery pack, producing 201 horsepower. In place of a traditional transmission is a single-speed reduction gear. While the gas-powered Kona could be had with either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, the Kona Electric was front-wheel drive only. In Hyundai's 2021 US crossover lineup, the subcompact Kona is slotted between the smaller Venue and the larger compact Tucson. Competitors for the Kona EV in 2021 included similar EVs like the Chevy Bolt and Nissan Leaf. In the instrument cluster, well, it is a fully digital instrument cluster. Centrally, your speedometer, then an information display, how much battery charge you have left, basically the equivalent of a fuel gauge, and then in place of a standard tachometer, your power/charge gauge. And as for that info display, it can be gone through via these buttons on the steering wheel. It has a 4-spoke design, leather-wrapped, and multifunctional steering wheel. You do have sport grips. And as for controls, on this side you have all of your audio, hands-free phone, and voice command controls. Whereas on this side you'll find your cruise controls, along with the aforementioned information display controls. The steering wheel is tilt and telescopic. You'll notice you have paddle shifters, but instead of traditional shifting gears like on our more traditional car, these paddle shifters are actually to adjust your regenerative braking. Your fuse panel, you have your panel dimmer. With this button you can turn on or off your blind spot warning. Then your lane keep assist toggle, traction control, and then this button can lock out the connector on the charging port. Climate vent for the driver. Right here is your exterior lighting stock. And on this side is your wiper stock. Going down the center of the interior, first thing you notice is your touchscreen infotainment system. We'll go over that more in a bit. You also got some physical controls, your volume, power, tuning knobs, and then various shortcuts. Your hazard switch, your central climate vents. Right here you have a set of single zone automatic climate controls. Behind this cover you have some storage along with a USB port, an aux port, and a wireless charging pad. 2 cup holders. And right here is your gear selector. As you can see, it's a push button gear selector. Putting it in reverse does reveal a backup camera with guidance lines. And the parking brake is electronically operated. And down below here is a pretty large opening with a lot of storage. And you also have a 12-volt power outlet and a USB port. But behind the shifter area, get a little bit of storage. You have 3-stage heated front seats and a couple buttons here. One is for your auto hold, and then drive modes. And the thing I like about this is that with each drive mode it actually changes the look of the instrument cluster. So Eco, if you hold it down you get an Eco Plus mode. Then you have normal mode and sport mode. I think normal mode is my favorite look in the gauge cluster. Center console with some storage. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors, lights, and card holders. You have an auto-dimming rear view with roadside assistance and garage home link. On the overhead console, got a sunglass holder, your overhead lighting, and the controls for your power sunroof. It is one-touch automatic. And there are grab handles at all 4 corners. So here is the touchscreen infotainment system. Right now we're on the home screen. Right now we're on audio. Got AM, FM, and Sirius XM. You also have Bluetooth audio streaming as well. Here's the EV menu. One nice thing is it'll tell you, where the nearest charging stations are, which I suppose that can help with range anxiety. Various, information about the vehicle status. Some pretty interesting stuff. Then you got BlueLink, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and then Sirius XM data or Travel Link if you have a subscription, where you can bring up local weather, movies that are playing, so that's nice to have. Then you have Quick Guide, all sorts of settings, and there's that voice memo that a lot of new Hyundais and Kias have had, where you can just, like a built-in voice recorder, basically. But it's a pretty straightforward system once you get used to it. now we'll go ahead and roll down the driver's window and take a look under the hood. Both front windows are fully automatic. The Kona Electric rides on this unique set of 17-inch alloy rims. The Kona Electric is powered by a permanent magnet synchronous electric motor paired up with a 64 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack. Horsepower is rated at 201, while torque is rated at 291 pound-feet. Power is sent to the front wheels via a single-speed reduction gear. A full charge gets you 258 miles of range, and miles per gallon equivalent estimates from the EPA are 132 mpge in the city and 108 mpge on the highway. It has a McPherson strut front suspension and a multi-link rear suspension. Stopping the car are four-wheel disc brakes with regen and ventilated front discs. As for curb weight, the Kona EV can weigh from 3,700 to 3,800 pounds, pretty hefty for a subcompact car. The back door panels also have storage with bottle holders. You've got 60/40 split folding rear seats. Both front seats do have map pockets on the backs. Rear passengers do get a folding center armrest with two cup holders. And as for space back here, I'm about 6'1". I put the driver's seat in a comfortable driving position for myself. And as you can see, legroom is pretty cramped. But headroom is actually pretty good. I have about an inch of headroom. Footroom is just Same thing with legroom, obviously. But it is a subcompact crossover after all. And the back seat is still more usable than like the back seat of a Mustang or Camaro or something like that. Rear wiper. As for cargo space in the Kona Electric, you get 19.2 cubic feet with the back seats up, and after folding them down, you then get 45.8 cubic feet. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2021 Hyundai Kona Electric. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.